Krzyzewski, K-R-Z-Y-Z-E-W-S-K-I. Huh? Yeah. Antetokounmpo or Krzyzewski, you can do that. Eclair Simon. Eclair Simon.
Obviously, that's French. Because I don't know.
Ice cream treat. I don't know what it means. A French ice cream treat, maybe.
Do you think it's like an eclair? Like a chocolate eclair? Wow. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Oilers advance. The Yankees visit the Dodgers, and Justin Fields, who was once your boy, says he can be great with the Jets. But we begin today with the Knicks decisively beating the Pacers last night to stave off elimination and extend their series to at least Game 6. Wilbon, you were there to see the Knicks hold the Pacers to under 100 points for the first time in these playoffs. Is this just one win for the Knicks, or is it something for Indiana to be concerned about?
Oh, Indiana had better be concerned, Tony, because it's the way the Knicks went about it. The Knicks diverted from the previous plan of games, 3 of which they'd lost, 3 or 4, and they found some new things. They planned it out and they executed it. They jumped Tyrese Halliburton from the opening tip in the backcourt, and they did to him sort of a minor league version of what OKC's defense did to Ant-Man. They got all over Halliburton. They made it so that when he got to midcourt, when he got across the timeline, as we used to call it, he had 17 seconds, sometimes 16 seconds left in the shot clock, as opposed to the Pacers getting up shots within the first 12 seconds. They forced him to go side to side for the court and not straight line. And he's not Barry Sanders. That's not his game. He's got to get the ball, go north-south, and get them involved quickly, ball in the basket. That's what the Pacers do. Right. The Knicks didn't let him. And defensively also, Jalen Brunson, who the Pacers had targeted in the first 4 games of the series, Jalen Brunson got after it last night, and he was actually effective against whoever was trying to attack him and allowed only 21% of those matchups to result in baskets as opposed to more than 60% in the previous games. So no, the Knicks did a lot more defensively than they've done earlier.
Look at you, Mr. Analytics, getting those stats, those next-gen stats. Look at you. Okay, I had everything right, everything. I had Edmonton winning last night. I had Oklahoma and Florida winning the night before, and I said to you the only series of the 4 that I thought could or would go 6 was the Knicks and the Pacers. And then I said to you, if you ask me why I like the Knicks in this game, I would say Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson went out. He scored 32 points. He had 14 in the first quarter when the Knicks established themselves and took the lead. He shot 12 for 18 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. The only thing I missed out on were Brunson's minutes. I said he was going to play 44 or 45, but the Knicks were ahead by 17 at the end of the third quarter, so he did not have to play 44 or 45. Do I think that the Knicks can win this series? Sure I do. I think Indiana has been a little bit better. All those other teams were decisively better. Indiana has been a little bit better. Now, it is also very tough. When you have lost 3 of the original 4 to come back and win the next 3, it's very tough to do. And I expect Tyrese Halliburton to be better in Indiana because, Mike, 8 points, right? And only 7 shots. That's an Ant-Man game. That's the right analogy. That doesn't work at all. Doesn't work.
No, but he's going to have to be better. But, Tony, only the icons are great for like 3-4 games in a row in series. No, the nature, the rhyme, and the rhythm of playoff basketball is up and down. Yeah. First you, then him. So the question now is, what is Rick Carlisle going to do? And I bet he has something up his sleeve to free Halliburton. That's what he's got to be. Free Halliburton. And I'm not talking about his father. I'm talking about actually Tyrese, not John.
Let's move to hockey. Edmonton eliminated Dallas last night, chasing the Dallas goalie early and eventually winning 6-3. Edmonton was up 3-0. Dallas cut it to 3-2, and then Connor McDavid did what Connor McDavid does. Wilbon, you were jacked about that goal. How did the Oilers look to you?
Tony, they look like a team that belongs now. I mean, I've been, rooting for them for a few years now, like I do Toronto.
Yep.
One is made and one is not. But, you know, Edmonton breaks through this because they have the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. And that goal, I mean, when you see Dallas score twice to get it to 3-2, and they're at home and people are going wild, and you know, Edmonton, you wonder if people really believe in Skinner in goal anyway. You're like, uh-oh, can they bring this back and make Tony Kornheiser wrong and make this a series of 6 or 7 gamer as well? Maybe. And then Connor McDavid. Tony, it's the speed, but it's what he does with the speed with the puck. And he's somehow able, with a guy on his back, to hold him off and then deke and make the move at full speed without slowing down, without having to gather. He's just so spectacular to watch. I want to watch him more. I want to watch him all the time. And so now we're going to get the finals that we should get. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They look like
best 2 teams in the Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's put this in some sort of perspective. Dallas won game 1 when they got 5 goals in the 3rd period at home against Edmonton. From that point on, Edmonton won 4 games in a row and outscored Dallas 19-5. That differential is even greater than Florida's differential against Carolina, which I believe was 21-10. Edmonton, I think I'm right on this, lost the first 2 playoff games they played this year to the Kings. Since then, they are 12-2, and they have outscored in those games, they have outscored their opponents by 25 goals, right? I mean, I know that PK Subban was concerned the other day when we chatted with him about the loss of Zach Hyman and what that would do to Edmonton. But it looks like Edmonton right now is rolling. I thought the weirdest thing was they pulled the goalie, Jake Ottinger. Do I have that name right? Like they pulled him almost immediately.
He
took
dumped him.
2 shots, 2 goals. You have to hear this quote. This is the quote from Peter DeBoer. That was Oscar La Vista for him. Quote, I didn't blame it all on Jake, but the reality is if you go back to last year's playoff, he's lost, not the team. 6 or 7 games to Edmonton. If you give up 2 goals on 2 shots, that's a pretty big sample size. That's a Terry Bradshaw quote. That is saying to your goalie,
so don't
get out of here.
What are you doing then?
Wow.
I ain't making a change before you walk out of the dressing room. Wow, that was a wow. He did blame him. He can say, I didn't blame him, but I blame him.
I blame him. That's right. Yeah.
And now to baseball, where we have a World Series level matchup that begins tonight. The Yankees visit the Dodgers for 3 at Chavez Ravine. Don't hear anybody call it that anymore, not even in LA, but I love that. It'll be the first time the 2 teams have met since the Dodgers won the Fall Classic last year in 5, and the only time they'll meet in the regular season this season. Both teams are loaded with stars. Both teams lead their divisions. Tony, do you see this midseason set as big deal, little deal, or no deal?
How big do you want me to go? Historically, these are the 2 most important franchises ever in baseball. As you said, they were in the World Series last year. They lead their divisions at the moment. I think they have scored the